Are you over 50 and feeling emotionally burned out by life? Then stay close, because in this video, we are going to talk about how many women who feel burned out discover something surprising. They're not actually burned out from life itself. They are burned out from invisible emotional responsibilities that they have been carrying for years. And we are going to talk about what to do about it. Hi everyone, my name is Esther Barque. For more than 21 years, I have helped self-aware women who feel emotionally drained by life clear the internal noise that keeps them stuck in roles that no longer serve them. If you've been feeling like you are the one who holds everything together, managing people's feelings, fixing problems, keeping the peace, making sure everyone else is okay, and somehow still expected to run your own life as well, then this conversation will explain why things feel so heavy for you lately. And once you start to see clearly that the burnout you feel is from invisible emotional responsibilities that are not even yours, it changes everything. Many women who feel burned out believe that they simply need better boundaries, better time management, or more self-care. But very often, the real cause runs much deeper. Emotional burnout often comes from invisible responsibilities that no one officially assigned to you, but that you quietly took on as your own. Things like managing everyone's emotions, smoothing over conflict, anticipating people's needs, over-explaining yourself, avoiding disappointing people, and automatically saying yes all the time. Over time, all of this becomes exhausting, because suddenly you feel responsible for your children, partner, family, friends, your boss, clients, and sometimes even the emotional atmosphere of every room that you walk into. Many women I work with aren't exhausted because they're weak or incapable. In fact, they are strong, amazing women. But they are exhausted because they've been carrying emotional responsibility for everyone around them. If this resonates with you, please let me know in the comment box below and give this video a like. So where does this pattern of taking on responsibilities that are not yours come from? Here's where things get interesting. These patterns usually didn't start in adulthood. They started much earlier in life. When we were younger, we naturally learned ways to stay safe emotionally. Maybe we noticed that keeping the peace helped us to feel accepted. We learned that being responsible made us feel valued, and discovered that taking care of others made us feel like we were needed. And over time, unconscious beliefs began forming. Beliefs like, I must keep people happy in order to be loved. Other people's emotions are my responsibility. If I disappoint someone, I could lose my connection with them and be all alone. If people need me, that means I am valuable. These beliefs quietly shape the roles that we take on in life, like the peacemaker, the responsible one, the emotional caretaker, the strong one. And those roles can work for a while, but eventually they become exhausting. And this is where I suggest to take on the concept of what I call silent quit. Silent quitting isn't confrontation. It's not rebellion. It's not abandoning the people that you care about. It's something much quieter. It's stepping out of unconscious emotional roles that were never truly yours to carry. That might look like not automatically fixing someone else's problem, allowing people to handle their own emotions, not over-explaining your decisions, not feeling responsible for how someone reacts to your boundaries. And sometimes it is as simple as saying, I trust you to figure it out. Or allowing someone to experience their own feelings without trying to solve everything for them. This shift doesn't start with behavior. It starts internally. The biggest change happens when the beliefs underneath these patterns begin to shift. Because when core beliefs begin to change, the guilt softens. Emotional responsibility decreases. Saying no becomes easier. Relationships naturally rebalance. And something surprising happens. You don't become less caring. You simply stop carrying what was never yours. And that can feel incredibly freeing. If this conversation is stirring up recognition inside of you, here are a few questions you might want to reflect on. You might even want to write them in a journal. Where in your life do you feel responsible for other people's emotions? Where do you say yes, even when something inside of you wants to say no? And where might you be carrying more than your share? The answers to these questions can reveal a lot about the roles that you may have been quietly playing and have stepped into over the years. Now, when I work with clients, I often encourage them to write their insights in a special journal for good tracking and for reflection. I've linked the journal I personally recommend in the description box below. Over the years, I have worked with many successful, soulful women who believed that their emotional exhaustion was simply part of their personality or simply part of life. But once the underlying beliefs began to shift, something remarkable happened. Their entire experience of themselves and their relationships changed. They didn't become less compassionate. They simply stopped being responsible for roles that were never truly theirs. And that's often where emotional burnout begins to finally dissolve away. As you watch this video, if you're thinking, I would like to do deeper belief work with Esther, the first step is to watch the video linked below in the description box. Now, in that video, I explain the process that I use with my clients, share part of my own transformation journey, and walk you through a real client success story so that you can understand how this type of work creates lasting change. If after watching it you feel aligned with what I share, please fill out the private work application form. I only work with a small number of clients at a time, so if it looks like we might be a good fit, I will invite you to a free alignment call where we can talk about what isn't working in your life, the change you do want to create, and how working together will create the results that you're looking for. And if private work isn't for you right now, that's okay. I have many videos on my channel that can support you on your personal and spiritual growth journey. In fact, check out the one that's popping up on your screen right now. YouTube and I picked it out just for you, and I'll see you over there.